Hello everyone, I'm Kirby Wu, responsible for EPLAN professional service business in Greater China area. Welcome to the middle of China, Changsha City, Hunan Province. Changsha is an old city which has more than 3,000 years history. It was famous for its spicy food. But nowadays, this city is famous for its construction machinery industry in the world. Today, I'm very happy to be here in SANY again, which is the most famous company in Changsha. SANY was a small wiring supply company. Over the last 3 decades, SANY Group has grown and evolved into a global brand with a sales turnover of $21 billion. It is the biggest construction machinery company in China and it is ranked number 3 globally. Let's know more about SANY through a short video.
At SANY, we are creating new tools. Smart and powerful. Since 1989, SANY has been offering quality products and optimal integral equipment solutions. Our obsession with quality and technology has been driving the reformation of the manufacturing industry. Over the last 3 decades, we have forged an elite engineer team and mastered core technologies including engines and hydraulic parts. Aspiring to be a world-changing company, we continually search out ways to go above and beyond. Excelling in design, R&D, and quality control, we have won trust from our global clients. Our mission is to improve the well-being of humanity. Quality changes the world.
I'm here with Mr. Shi Wenbing, who is the director of SANY R&D Digital Center. Hello, Mr. Shi. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Wu. Welcome to SANY.
Thanks. As I know, SANY was not an EPLAN customer before 2020. Only after 3 years, SANY becomes one of the biggest EPLAN customers in China. Could you please tell us the story behind?
Thanks, Mr. Wu. This is a long story. Let me start with SANY's founder, Mr. Lang Wenjin. Mr. Lang has always emphasized the importance of digital transformation for a traditional manufacturing company. He has a famous slogan, either turn over or capsize, which means if we don't transfer our business to a digital way, SANY will lose its leading position in the market.
This is an impressive saying. Sounds simple, but it's full of profound truth.
SANY has been continuously engaged in digital transformation for many years. In terms of mechanical engineering, we have already digitalized 3D modeling. But from the electrical engineering point of view, SANY had a lack of 3D electrical design. The issue is the root cause of many other problems. For example, the efficiency and accuracy of the design were not good. The cost of the harness couldn't be estimated and controlled. Large quantities of raw material was wasted. We lacked bargaining power in front of the harness suppliers.
Well, that sounds quite confusing.
Well, thanks to the pandemic, it was a crisis and it was a chance also. During the pandemic in 2020, much work was stopped, but the SANY management team had time to evaluate how to enable 3D for electrical design. After investigation and analysis, we all agreed that SANY Group was missing an advanced electrical design platform. All famous electrical design software had been evaluated, including international and domestic software. Finally, we selected EPLAN.
So, why did SANY select EPLAN in the last?
Well, as you know, considering the complexity of SANY's requirements, like the diversified product portfolios, the market in different continents, the layout of the R&D department, and the special requests from data and IT governance points of view, we requested software providers to validate their solutions first. The vendors should have success stories from the functional point of view and the capabilities from the business know-how point of view. After 3 months of online communication between EPLAN and SANY, we all agreed that EPLAN has the best product portfolio, the deepest business know-how in the construction machinery industry, and the best professional service team. Right after the pandemic was being controlled in July 2020, we were able to travel. We signed the contract with EPLAN, and the cooperation started.
As we know, SANY is a global company with many subsidiaries and product lines. I can imagine it is difficult to request all electrical engineers to give up the old software and use a new one. As the leader of research and development, how did you figure out this challenge?
You're right, it was challenging. EPLAN project was kicked off in mid-July 2020 and closed in January 2021. Total of 6 months. There are 21 research institutions and 145 engineers involved from the SANY side. This project was on a tight schedule, a heavy workload, and a big scope, which was a huge challenge for both of us. Firstly, we guarantee the resource by involving senior executives from both SANY and EPLAN sides at the beginning. Secondly, we share the same mindset in the project team. That is, 1, focusing on the major issues, solving key problems. 2, optimizing the process. And 3, solidifying the process. During the implementation phase, we focus on resolving the main problems, avoiding wasting time on minor issues. Thirdly, we followed the working principle of planning in the morning, reporting in the evening. No problems will be hidden overnight. The management team will be informed of the project status by weekly meetings. Fourthly, we followed the principle of establishing standards before implementation. This means the target and the standard need to be defined, discussed, and agreed upon by multiple designed institutes first. Through the cooperation between EPLAN and SANY project teams, we have successfully replaced all electrical design software by EPLAN products in the SANY group level.
That's fantastic, Mr. Shi. Could you please share some experience with other EPLAN users? What value does EPLAN solution bring to SANY?
Okay, in short, the EPLAN platform offers great help to SANY. All departments of SANY rely on this platform and use a unified data source. EPLAN solutions enable SANY to increase efficiency in the quotation, engineering, manufacturing, and services. Let me give some examples. The electric data can be managed by the PLM system. This is the essential request from SANY management team. The data sharing among the master data management system, PLM, and ERP systems has been enabled. The platform enables the collaboration between mechanical design and electrical design. The standard data generated by EPLAN is the foundation of intelligent manufacturing. The electrical design time has been decreased by about 50%. The first-time write rate in commissioning is increased from 85% to 99.5%. The material cost of the harness can be estimated automatically. We have more bargaining power in the front of suppliers. According to the report from the sourcing department, the price of harness has decreased by 15% on average.
That is a very significant improvement. Thank you so much, Mr. Shi.
You are welcome.
Let's move to the engineering department and check if we can interview an electrical engineer. Hi, Zhenghui. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, Mr. Wu.
Please sit down. Could you please introduce yourself to EPLAN global users?
Okay, I'm Wu Zhengwei from R&D Digital Center. In 2020, I was responsible for implementing EPLAN into SANY. After we went live in 2021, I was responsible for promoting EPLAN at the group level. Since 2022, I've been responsible for optimizing the electrical platform and training the key users.
Zhenghui, how long have you been using EPLAN?
I've been using EPLAN for 2 years. Before that, I used CAD for schematics.
Okay, it is very common in China. What was the process of electrical design before?
First, the schematics were generated by CAD, but as you know, CAD tools are the bottleneck of design efficiency and data management. The schematic doesn't have enough information to support manufacturing and maintenance, so more information must be manually created later. This is very time-consuming and very easy to have some mistakes. You can see the length of the wire is copied from Creo to CAD manually.
What were the major problems during electrical design process?
Okay, I think there were three major problems. The first issue is regarding efficiency. As I described in our last question, the schematic must be redesigned. It is a waste of time. The second issue is change management. When we need to create a new part that is based on a prototype, the schematic and 3D harness couldn't be synchronized automatically. For example, if there's a change in the schematics, it's hard to know what kind of change we have to make in the 3D harness. The third issue is regarding the collaboration between mechanical and electrical design. CAD can't provide the 3D parameters to Creo, like the diameters of the bundle. In Creo, it's impossible to simulate if there's not enough space, if there's any collision or interference. In most cases, this kind of issue is found while commissioning. It's too late to modify the design from the beginning, which was a big waste of time and resources.
So, how did you use EPLAN to resolve this kind of issues?
Firstly, we deployed a unified part database at a group level. All design institutes use the parts and macros in the same database, follow the same design method, and use the same report. We encourage modularization and reusing the existing macros. This increases the design efficiency by 30%. In the EPLAN platform, 2D design and 3D design can be integrated together. The change from P8 can be synchronized to Harness Pro D. The change from Harness Pro D can be synchronized to a 2D nail board as well. Harness Pro D can use the Creo model directly. Electric design can be based on the 3D model. This makes the design much easier than before. Because of the benefit we got from EPLAN, SANY's emerging business sectors such as equipment, hydrogen energy, and robotics are actively promoting EPLAN.
What else do you think have been improved after using EPLAN?
I think the biggest change after using EPLAN is the electric data can be transferred among different systems. This generates a lot of value. Firstly, EPLAN is integrated with the PLM system, which manages all the data generated in the design process, such as BOMs, drawings, and harness. The PLM system acts as a hub and distributes approved data to other systems. Secondly, EPLAN provides precise and automatic calculations of harness data, enabling us to accurately calculate the cost of harness. Thirdly, the supplier of the harness can leverage the data which was generated from EPLAN directly. SANY's harness supplier can download the nail board, connection tables, and connector lists from the global supply platform directly. It will shorten the delivery time by 2 to 3 days. Finally, EPLAN can create harness assembly instructions in HTML, which can be used by the assembly worker on mobile devices. The workers don't need as much guidance as before.
Wow, it seems that the return on investment is very high. Thank you, Zhenghui.
Thanks, Kirby. Thanks, EPLAN.
Thank you, SANY. Let's move back to the studio.